Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily, Monday Motivation. Des here, who's ready to attack a brand new week with the vigour and enthusiasm and the positivity that we need to. Of course, it gives us a great opportunity when we get back into our routines to do it the best we can, and to really look forward to what's in store. Of course, I say the same every week, try and be enthusiastic about the things I've got to do. But I think this week, for me personally, it's as important as ever. Got a few sort of tricky situations to deal with right now. To be honest, my arm is absolutely killing me. I spoke at the end of last week about the fall and the setback there. And whilst I didn't let it bother me and I was trying to remain calm, I did some really nice things at the weekend, which it didn't impact too much, but it did impact. It'd have been nice if it didn't. And waking up this morning, I think the bruising's coming out now and it's really getting sore. So it's just affecting my sleep a little bit today. I felt a little bit sort of up and down, but there's another reason for that. Tomorrow, I'm attending a funeral for somebody who's really important. So again, there's reasons for me to be a little bit not quite with it. I've tried my best to get out and get a walk in, never miss a Monday. Spent a lot of time sort of roaming around. I try and do that on a Monday to get a good walk in anyway, to sort of set me off in the right frame of mind. But today it was almost about digging deep, to use it for absolutely everything I needed to. I needed the exercise, of course. Whilst I can't run, it's important to get out walking. But I also just needed it to clear my mind, to do a few errands, one or two things that need doing without thinking about it too much or without sort of worrying about them as well, So it's just important for me to get going again, and after a brilliant weekend, to be honest, those things I said I'd enjoyed, got away for a day or two, enjoyed sort of visiting London, going to the football match, and then back home on Saturday evening we had a live gig to go to, and it's not something I've done post-COVID, so something to be really sort of happy about. It's actually been cancelled for 18 months. I touched on this on Friday, but I never let COVID sort of put me off with things like that, because there was always more important things to do. But being able to go with the guys who I'd been to the same guy to see in a gig, going with the same guys I did a couple of years ago now in Benidorm, it was just brilliant to be back together. It felt like a real team effort. It felt like another massive step sort of post-COVID in that we're getting back, to some sort of reality. Of course, I go to football a lot, huge crowds. I attend running events, huge crowds. But again, a small, compact gig, it felt quite intimate, quite nice, and we really enjoyed it, It was a comedian stroke singer, so it put a smile on her face, and that's what it's about, isn't it? Just enjoying things that you can take in lightheartedly and really make the most of. Like I said, that kind of took my mind away from things over the weekend, but of course we've not a great deal to do today. I've got lots to do, don't get me wrong, but sort of no real sort of big plans, exciting plans, just getting back into the sort of working week and doing things, just these thoughts of what's happening are just creeping in, and like I say, this pain is not helping, and when we're tired, we make bad decisions. So what I was trying to do today was just get out there, get in some activity, not really sort of think too much where I was going, how long I was out. I was out for a lot longer than I thought it would be, about 3 hours in the end. It got dark, but again, I didn't let that put me off, and now I feel a lot better for it. It's tricky sometimes when you got things on your mind. I've got another absolutely amazing week to look forward to. So much positivity, so much to do, so many exciting activities. But I also need to work in some of the stuff that's not going to be so nice. I guess what I was doing this morning was feeling a little bit guilty about all those, feeling a little bit So, look, how can I be thinking about all this and doing all this when, when the funeral's happening tomorrow, when I'm not feeling great? But the reality is we have to remember why we do these things in the first place. A lot of the things I do were born out of adversity. I've spoke about a guy called Jamie a lot, and that and how he sort of shaped the things I do by losing his battle with mental health. But I've also mentioned sort of relations and who's been there for me and who's been there at the right time, and the way people have shown interest in the things I do these days. And my auntie, whose funeral it is tomorrow, was a massive supporter, massive Forest fan. There's a football match tomorrow night, so I'll be going to the funeral, I'll be paying my respects, and then I'll be doing the things around the football. And like I said, I just felt a little bit guilty earlier, but then I realised that she would have absolutely loved that. She would have absolutely loved the fact that I'm doing these things. I mentioned when she passed that she was really, really proud of me. She used to say it quite a lot, send me a message, when sometimes others don't say it, which is fine. But for somebody that did, somebody who looked in, and whilst we weren't the closest anymore, just the way things had panned out, it's somebody who had a massive sort of impact on shaping my life. When my dad passed away, she took me to the football. With my uncle, unfortunately they've both now passed away. So what they've done is kind of the football and the things I do these days. From my uncle passing before as well, it all kind of coincided with the sort of starting this journey, and then sort of meeting Jamie, and then sort of doing what's happened from there. My uncle died a little bit young, so that shaped some of my sort of health choices and how I wanted to approach things, and just sort of try and get that little bit more from life. So all I'm kind of trying to say today is just about sort of remembering why we do some of these positive things, and when there's things that might sort of upset us and distract us, we can use the positive stuff to sort of, I guess, make it a happy memory. Like I say, tomorrow it'll be about paying respects. It'll be very poignant when I go to the football match. I've mentioned on here a lot that Forest in Mulligan before the game. I'm sure that's going to be, it's quite emotional anyway, but I'm sure it's going to be quite emotional for me. So I've got to do all that tomorrow, but like I say, I've got to be really strong and look towards all the things I'm doing and why I'm doing them, and which are going to sort of help me deal with that, help me sort of get beyond that. Whilst it's not easy, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful or brush it off, that we have to keep going. It's the only certainty in life that it goes on, and when tomorrow's sort of past, I can really sort of push on with the rest of the week, be really, really positive. I'm positive anyway, but I'm sure you can hear the tone in my voice is a little bit sort of, just a funny day today. It's one of those that we have to deal with. So I'm really, really looking forward to everything. Hopefully you guys have got lots planned. Of course, I'll be back each day this week with the different motivations. Tomorrow's all about Tuesday training, and whilst I've got funerals to attend, I'll be hosting the fundraising event around the football, like I say, for all the reasons I've mentioned, plus the fact that this is important as well, trying to raise money for defibs in the local area, for people who are into activity. I'm always trying to encourage activity. A guy in the running club could have lost his life because there wasn't fully accessible defibrillators. So that's important to sort of maintain too. It's easy sometimes to sort of get a bit irrational and lose sight of everything you're doing in these situations. And I don't blame anyone that does. We all deal with things differently. But, for me, having worked at the things I have, worked hard to try and be positive, to be enthusiastic, to just create a different outlook for myself, and under pressure kind of stay calm and collected and just keep going, to try and make things better for myself, but for everyone around me as well. And that's all I ever try to do. If you can join us, please tune in tomorrow. I'm not quite sure how that'll go, I'm sure I'll be talking about the funeral and the football, but hopefully in a positive way that might just help somebody dealing with the same thing. Do you know, that's all it's about, isn't it? After that, we've got the Wednesday workout and the Thursday thoughts. Do you know, I left that throwback question last week. What's on your bucket list for 2021? 2022. I seem to have had a myriad of things that I've really enjoyed this year, but next year is going to be huge. Of course, I'll be getting married, which is exciting but scary. You know, putting lots of plans in place for that. And we got those London Marathon places, so lots of training to come for that. So just lots and lots to look forward to, lots to be really positive. At the end of the week, we see an end to this fundraising campaign, you know, and try and sort of tie it up. We're looking to raise £5,000, and I'm sure we're going to get there, which again, it's nothing to sort of sniff at, is it? Do you know, when you've worked for that, when you've done so much to make it happen, do you know, it wouldn't be the time now to forget about it. This is what my auntie Gail would have wanted me to do, is just push on, hit that target, you know, and she would have been the first one there to say well done. And that's what I have to remember. Whilst I'm feeling a little bit blur, you know, it's what I have to do, and I'm sure when I come through it, it'll help me deal with things a lot better. So I don't want to be too doom and gloom today. I just want people to understand that it's not a straightforward journey. You know, on Friday I was thinking about how Jamie, it was his birthday. You know, today I'm thinking about this funeral and other people. You know, and it's sad when these things happen, but like with the Jamie situation, so much has come out of adversity. I made a point on my social media of saying happy birthday and mentioning the fact that every day people kind of question and mock what I do, but I don't have to justify anything, because at the end of the day, I know I'm doing it to help people, to give people a chance to hopefully make things that little bit better, so some of these situations don't arise. Nobody should lose their life through mental health, or nobody should lose their life at 60, just over 60 as my auntie was. You know, it's far too young. And these things are kind of making me even more determined to keep pushing on, keep doing the things I do, and really achieve as much as I can. You know, if that sort of puts anybody off, you know, then so be it, because it really inspires and motivates me to do it. So I'm going to leave it on that positive note. You know, it's a tricky one this week. Please bear with me, but we'll find a way to get through it, you know, and by doing this, I get a chance to pass over my thoughts, you know, say it out loud, process it, watch it back, you know, and sort of realise that I need to take my own advice sometimes. So it's just about cracking on. Until tomorrow, guys, have a great evening. Hope you've been out there getting in some activity, like me, just getting out in that cold, fresh air. It was freezing today as well. It blew a few cobwebs away. It picked me up just that little bit, and it's given me it got them endorphins for me to give it a real go tomorrow and be as strong as I possibly can. So until tomorrow, please like, share and subscribe. If you get what I'm trying to say, if you've ever got anything I'm trying to say, you know, I'm trying to get those subscribers up, you know, just doing it.